Hi guys, Dave in Texas here, and what we're looking at is a nice reissue body, worn with the exact neck, right? Pickups are good, okay? We'll hear those later. And what we're going to do is do a setup on this guitar for him. So first things first, let's check his neck out, make sure he had no issues there. We shouldn't, because it looks like it's perfectly straight. No, we got a little bit of relief, guys, just a tiny bit. And that should not be a problem. Alright, as long as there's no fret buzz, there is no problem. Okay, is there any fret buzz on this guitar?
No, not that I've noticed. I think there's a little bit on the A, but I think that's because my bridge is too low, honestly.
Yeah, it's got fret buzz. You've got to raise this bridge up, the saddles. No problem, we'll adjust that back to spec, okay? And let's check the action right now and see where we are, guys. I think we're below 464, which is what the spec calls for. Let's wait till my better half moves the truck out with my kids. Okay, so what do we got here exactly? We got 264s and oh yeah, so just way too low all the way around. It's too low, guys. You gotta raise that up to spec to keep it from buzzing. Now on these strings we're right under 4, and this is at 2, so the E string's at 2, which could be a reason why he's done that. Could be that it doesn't fret buzz because it's, you know, an E string. But what we'll do is give it a radius type of setup, raising this up and going back over again like you follow the radius of the neck, okay? So, as usual, what we do, we cut off these old strings. Right? Well, I wish my better half would get the truck out of here. Enough noise, all these fans going. We haven't set up the air conditioner yet, guys. We will do that soon. Put the aircon in the garage in my shop, so it's not so hot out here, because we are running into some hot weather here soon. Okay, now next step, cut these free. Could you hand me that needle nose underneath that amp chassis right there? You don't mind handing me those? Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So, as usual, we'll cut these at the 12th fret, and then we'll circle them up so no one gets jammed in the shop. Okay? Alright. Well, what's good about this setup, guys, you haven't seen it yet, but I will show you later on stringing it up, is that you've got string trees, for all 4 strings that really need it. This thing played correctly. It's got the old style trees that move around a lot, which I hate these things. But he's got both of them instead of just, you know, one, which is much better. Okay, control your strings, especially since the break angle on a Strat is so slight over that nut. You really need those. So a tip to the wise guys is go ahead and get you another string tree and have 2 on your Strats. Okie dokie. Makes sense? Alright, alright. Now the neck looks perfectly clean, but we're going ahead and polish up these frets anyway, so we're going to break away and get to that secondly. Okay guys, again, sorry for the noise, that's the fans going. And what I'm going to do right now is clean his frets up. Now these take off the micro scratches on these frets, make them smoother, but it does not, I guarantee you, it does not take the indentions out. So it takes off the micro scratches, okay, polishes them up, so that when you drag your thumbnail across it, you don't feel it anymore. A lot of these guitars, you'll feel these indentions, these micro scratches that happen to a fret after a period of time that you don't want. because they can develop into bigger fissures in the fret itself, especially the ones that are nickel steel and softer than stainless. All right, now, I'm not going to bore you all to death by going over every single one of these frets. What I'll do is show you the next step in the process. Take a 1200, and that's how we finish up the polish up. This does the polishing. And you end up with a nice, shiny, really smooth fret. And it doesn't take much. 3 or 4 times across the fret, you're done. So it's not that strenuous of work, and it goes very fast. All right, now, on this type of fretboard, we do not use linseed oil. Alright, it's not been finished, but it's maple. Alright? And it's best not to use linseed oil on maple because it's going to stain it dark. Or to like an amber color. Okay? Now I'm pretty sure it's not been finished. Anyway, the owner, what he needs to do is go through here and get some spray clear finish and go ahead and spray this neck down because it is a little rough in spots. Okay? Go ahead and take some water sandpaper, right? And clean this up, then spray it lightly with some clear, do the head too, and it'll play just like a fret. Sorry, just like a real Strat, because of the less friction on the fretboard, the strings, when you're moving them back and forth. That's why the Fender puts stuff on theirs, right? On their maple. Now on the rosewood and stuff, they don't do it, right? It's not necessary. Okay, that's when you use the oil. So, we'll cut away so don't bore you to death, and we'll finish up the polish up on this, and we'll get to the next step in the process. Okay guys, you know my little trick. What I do is I take it all the way up, stretch it into the spot, take it up about 1.5 ways, right? Bring it back, and I counter wrap it to hold it in place, right? Just like that. Don't take it over or under or twist it around. All I do is just counter wrap it and make sure each consecutive loop on that string goes under the one previous. That way it'll just set up just perfectly. Okay? Now do you want yours long or short? Short. Okie dokie. And you always need to ask that of the customer. You know, just don't assume. I had one guy, he came in with shorts. I thought, well, you know, what the heck. Anyway, I'll cut away, so I'm just going to do the very same thing. And I'll show you what I'm going to do up here on these thinner strings when I get to it. Okay guys, so what I've done on these other strings, I wrap it exactly the same. I don't bring them through twice through the spindle. That's just a waste of time. It's hard to get them out. And if you want to change strings, if you've only got one guitar and you're playing, you know, for a group or audience, the last thing you want to do is have a piece of metal hanging in there trying to get it out to put the new string in. Okie dokie. Now, what we're going to do is go back and check the action on this guitar again, just to make sure that this gauge of string has not changed anything up. Because, you know, different brands of strings can actually have different gauges. Like a 10 will always be a 10 on this E here, right? But it may not be a 42 on this. Maybe a 44. It depends on what brand it is. If it's a 44, it's going to change the action up. So hang in there while we check that once again. Okay guys, we're going to check the action again just to make sure the gauge string has not changed anything. And it sure has, got even lower. So these must be a little bit thicker than the Ernie balls you're used to. Because these are now, that's a 164, that's not going to work. Now these aren't tight, guys. Hold on, I'll take that back. Let me tune this thing up first. Let me check it again. But they're sagging. I thought that can't be that bad off. I can't hear this thing. That may be too far. Let's get a secondary opinion here. Yeah, is not picking that up? Alright, that's too low, obviously. What's wrong with my tuner? It's right on. It should be going click.
Yeah.
It's showing perfect on it, but it should go click.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah, I have guitar tuner too.
You hear it going click?
But I haven't heard it at all.
Maybe I muted. I do. Jesus, Dave. Let's try this again. There we go, that's it. God, man, I thought, what's wrong with my tuner? Try E again. It's just so low. It's not gonna help me. There it is. That's right beside. It's gonna stretch anyway, but
Yeah.
my snark says it's way too low. There it is right there. It's E. That's E sharp. That's E. Shows it's right on, but the problem is it's fret buzzing. It's not letting me check it right. I heard that one. That's right on it. I said as well, so like G. Okay, so that's going right now. A lot of times when I string these up, it's like I've gone past it because I've tightened it so much by putting it on. I'm thinking, well, shit, where is it? I've gone way past it. Like this one. Let's see. Usually I tighten them below the note, not above it. Okay, now they're tight on sloppy. Turn that off. Uh-oh, who's messaging me? No, the guy's bugging the crap out of me. He wants me to rebuild his amp in a solid state. I told him, I can't get schematics for it, therefore I can't work on it. Well, can't you just do what you normally do? I said, yeah, like for other people that work on theirs.
Yeah.
But I go, it takes me so much of my time, I had to charge you arm and a leg to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not worth that much money. You know, like this guy, that's what I'm working on, driving me crazy. I told him $150 to finish it.
Yeah.
even though I had to go back and rebuild a bunch of stuff on it, 'cause it's like each time I've done it, I've noticed the parts have burned out on it. So that's my fault.
Yeah.
So they replace those parts. They're cheap, you know. Resistors and cats are cheap. As long as I don't burn out anything important like a transformer.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't be stupid.
God, that thing is driving me crazy. You know?
I did it.
Okay, so we're back on the action again. I know we're too low, but how much low are we? Okay, guys, so I know we're too low, but just how low are we? Okay, so let's check the 12, and we're same as before with these other strings. Well below 4, right at 4, below 4, 2. Wow, that's too low. That's a 1. Okay, these are all too low. They're going to fret buzz. Now the E, I'm willing to bet it's going to fret buzz, even though it's an E string. It's very thin. It's like 10. You know, it's still going to buzz because it just can't clear the frets, right? So that means we're going to do some major work on this bridge, as well as change the intonation up. It's going to change it up a lot. So hang in there. Hi guys, Dan Tex again. Just finished setting up his custom-made Strat. What do you think about the setup?
It's great. So much more playable.
Cool, cool. Introduce yourself.
My name's Patrick. Pretty much just a hobbyist right now. Looking to put some stuff together in the near future. Just kind of getting my ducks in a row before I do that.
Cool, cool. Let's hear some, hear your guitar, how it sounds. Cool. Alright, let's try this real quick. Try that on for size. Nice.
So much fun.
Alright guys, any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.